two things I genuinely wish to address. Not
just
because, you know, a lot of people were making it a big deal, but some people have brought it up in replies and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just explain. When everything went down, God, the Bao's cries are forever ringing in my head. That was so tough. I'm having a hard time being upset with anyone who still trusts and forgives her because, and I say this in all honesty, the reason it worked for so long is because her words are as sweet as butter, and chances are yours probably simply just as easily manipulated as everyone else. If you read all of these things and you see nothing wrong with it, give it a few years. The only night that was difficult was the first night after dropping the first doc. It was 10 AM, I had to go to bed, and just being scared of what the heck a literal manipulator could possibly come up with overnight, and what a shit show you could possibly wake up to. It's literally just hearsay, the entire apology. And worst of all, throughout this whole hearsay, it's full of bullshit. If yesterday was the first time you saw me crash out, which I'm pretty sure that is for every single person ever in this community, I'm sorry. Reading this made me more
I think it was the first time for everybody.
vulnerable to demonic possession. I highly suggest you check it out yourself. Everything that is publicly available is through receipts. Needlessly to say, more stuff has happened, but most of these things don't have receipts, or the receipts have personal, private stuff attached to it that you just can't share. Some of the stuff we might talk about today is hearsay because that's just my own experience that happened in person. It's my word against whoever else wants to challenge it, and that's okay. The next couple days will just be people expressing the disappointment. It is typical narcissistic manipulation fashion. Like, this whole document... Like I said, if you don't see it that way, I don't blame you. Chances are you're too young and naive. You're just as gullible and easy to manipulate. If you don't see it, I fully get it. I don't support it. I hope you'll eventually see it. It's typical. I take accountability for nothing. I shove the blame over to my man. I knew nothing. Everything was behind my back. I'm sorry you feel this way. Like, come on. It's just business fashion. When a company has an employee fuck up, guess what? The company has to take actions. The company has to pay damages and make amends for the employee. It's just business. You burn your Sinder merch. You do what you wanna do. If that's how you cope with this, that's also okay. You don't have to atone for someone's sins and feel bad about the good times you've had. Whether they were fake or not doesn't matter. You had a good time. Again, if you cope by burning your merch, I ain't judging. You cope the way you want to cope. I cope from you.
That was kind of crazy. That was a bit too much. I think some people pointing out like, hey, it would have been better if you just donated it. I mean, like, if it's really symbolic. I mean, if it's one of your friends that like backstabbed you and shit, maybe I would understand it more, but this is like, it's a fan merch, bro. You can't be, there's no way you were that like involved.
I'm making fun of things that also isn't fucking perfect. But if you have it in you and you can cope with it...
Who would want that now? A bunch of kids that don't know anything about VTubers. There's a lot of people that don't know about VTubers. Yeah, the plushie is high quality.
Try and donate everything you've got. Any shirt, sweater, figurine, plush, whatever the fuck it is, just donate it. I'm strongly anti-drama. I don't care for it. I'm usually not well informed. I'm not very chronically online either. I often wake up, go stream, go game, go bed.
You don't have Rima merch? What's wrong with you?
Every time you have rules like this, there's a line that cannot be crossed. Because once that line is crossed, it's fair game. It's all fair game. And based on people's reaction, I don't think anyone blames me for getting involved and speaking up and strongly speaking about it. Once a certain line is crossed, it's fair fucking game. I don't give a shit what kind of rules or morals I've got. It's fair fucking game. Man, I do wish, I'm living at the goddamn ass crack of the world compared to all my friends. I really wish I could just have a short little flight over and be like, man, I'm sorry, Boober. Everyone is so sad. I don't want to make it sound like only Bao is sad, but Bao got stabbed real bad.
Yeah.
Let me just address, I know most people are caught up. Then I'll get you a TLDR. I know it hasn't been getting any traction whatsoever, but I've seen some, let's call them valid calls where people go, if Lily knew all this, why didn't she speak up sooner? I'm not a fucking bitch. Everyone who's had a long-lasting, healthy friendship knows that sometimes you lash out. I'm not gonna fucking cancel my fucking friends just because they called me a bitch, or in the heat of the moment and in great panic they threw me under the bus once.
Yeah, she's
sometimes
right.
when you're backed in the corner, scraping the bottom of the barrel, you cope by lashing out. You deflect. I'm not saying it's good, but it happens. I'm not gonna throw a fucking Google Docie out there just because I've been mildly done wrong once. You know? The actual starting point, the dominoes fell when one thing leaked. One singular thing. Like 5 or so days ago. It was about me being slandered, throwing all kinds of accusations around to...
Oh, that's where the Google Docie comes from, huh? You guys love that word.
Nano, making me seem problematic. They were saying I dodged collabs with them. Collabs that had like 7 fucking other people in there. Collabs I was thrown into in a big ass group chat and simply said, sorry, can't do.
No
She
way.
had something that day. One of them was a dentist thing.
No way.
I just simply didn't fucking want to. And the other one, yeah, I dodged. Yeah, I did. Because at that one, I already knew. The one person that is the reason for me dodging is the one concerned as to why I'm dodging. What about the 6 other people who were just looking at me dodging and going, oh, okay, she's busy. It's kind of weird that the only person that has a reason to be weary was actually weary. It's called projection. Because she fucking knew. Anyways, I was accused of not acknowledging her when she rates. Oh, sorry. You know when Buff rated me earlier? I'm sorry for not calling Buff's full government fucking name. Pop of Twitch.tv, thank you so much for your raid and bringing your community from Buff Pop from Twitch.tv over here. Now I get to say it. When she raided, she is center fucking stage. I am pausing my sponsor to talk to her. I'm having a normal ass reaction to a raid, like I have with everyone. Gotta get the full government name out there because apparently else people don't feel graced. Like, damn, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, them saying I've been weird ever since V-Card, which also isn't true. We've literally done a collab ever since. We've talked ever since. I contacted her for a technical issue that you guys said she also had ever since. Just a bunch of stuff that makes me sound weird and competitive when, again, reflecting. That one screenshot.
Yeah, she does a lot. Sinder does a lot of projection, man.
And I was like, that's fucked up. And I gave Nano the receipts of it's not true. Somehow, before Nano worked on my 3.0 model, that wasn't a problem. Everyone who is in contact with me, anyone who is close, even my viewers, everyone knows I suck at Discord. And she knows that too, because it happened last year as well. It's why we have a group chat with her and Buska and me. So if she wants to plan something, she knows where to go. And she has used it in the past, recently. So anyways, yes, I am guilty of dodging a collab, because I simply didn't fucking feel like it. And yes, I am guilty of ghosting 2 messages where she asked for a collab, which, by the way, she also only does when there is something business related. AFK drop, V-Card drop, any event, any debut, any announcement, any merch. Then I'm important. Long story short, that was the one message that got everything rolling because I explained how that's weird. That's cringe and manipulative. If she has a problem, why not come to me? And boy, that's where it started. That's where poor Nano realized
I'm responding to Tio
incidents. She has critical thinking and she's like, if this is weird, are the others also weird?
Like
the ones
these people, you guys have never fucking spoken to any of them. I'm saying you guys, but I'm only speaking to a handful of people here. You know who you are. You guys have never fucking met any of them. These girls have known each other for fucking years. And they're saying their own accounts of how they met them. And some people just are like, no, but I know the situation better than you. There's not some crazy orchestrating thing going on. This doesn't go all the way to the top, you fucking conspiracy theorists. Stop it. Stop. Wake the fuck up.
Where she literally, on the screenshots, says she feels bad for doing all these things she's being asked to do. And obviously, me being a friend, I talked to Nano and I was like, Nano, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff you have here is heartbreaking. I'm thankful for you showing this to me, but I highly encourage you to share this with the people affected, especially Bao, because, you know, that one nasty one where she sabotages Bao. And Nano, the fucking giga chat she is, agreed a few days later because Bao had surgery. So it took a while. We went in a group chat. Can you imagine? That giga chat fucking whale comes out of surgery and has to deal with this. That group chat we used to expose everything. Not just, you know, from Nano's messages and having to deal with her manipulation, but we also came to realize that everything that happened to us individually those weren't isolated incidences. It was a year-long pattern. Everything.
Even Giga was like, oh, now I understand why my project was cancelled.
Connected. It was a pattern that consisted over years. And, respect to my friends, we all decided after all of the receipts and obviously being very emotionally unstable to sleep over.
Like, this is a copy-paste almost situation of the Yakurisu situation. When there's multiple people corroborating the same pattern of behavior and the same attitude about somebody else, isn't it way more likely than not that it is accurate? If one person says it, okay, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. 2%, 3 people, it's like, what are we at? Like 8 fucking Google Docs at this point?
For a night. Give it one night. Let's sleep over it. The next day, once everyone was awake and had time to deal with their emotions, we all still knew this has to happen. This isn't just to expose what she's done to us. This is to expose the fact that she is doing these things. Complete speculation. But if that's the stuff that happens in this circle, what else could happen? Again, speculation, but we were like, we would feel terrible knowing that she conducts business throughout the next couple years, hurting more people like this. Turns out it was just a bit bigger than...
Exposing this will at least make other things twice when doing the same things in the future. Hi, Taiga! You're not the first one I've heard this take from. It's kind of true. It does make you, yeah, I'm in the meditating pause. I've seen a few people say that it's making them, like, think about how they speak and act. Everybody shit talks, okay? Everybody shit talks. Everybody banters, but it's one thing to shit talk, and then it's another thing to actually act on it and like sabotage people. And not only that, but to do it to your friends, to your close friends. I think that's the most damning part. It's definitely gonna make people think twice, at least, if not for you know, altruistic reasons, at least for self-preservation's one. I think there's a risk of mass paranoia and everyone bringing out their own grievances. Well, oh yeah, that's what Honey tweeted. Honey said that, like, oh, I feel when these things come out, there's like a snowball effect, and then there's other people that start getting exposed. And there has been some Google Docs and shit. There's a candle situation. Not to say that you can't trust others, but incidents like this make you more skeptical. I used to be a skeptical, like, teen, and at one point I kind of made the switch and I started to trust people. And I think of all the people that I've met, literally, I met so many. I've talked to so many people. I've only ever gotten like one bad experience. So I feel like the ratio is pretty fucking good. Like, and I really think that for like all the people that you meet that are positive and cool, we only ever hear about the bad experiences, is what I'm trying to say, because these are the ones getting exposed. No one's ever doing Google Docs on how amazing their friends are. And even if they did, they wouldn't get any traction.
Our group, and we all knew
She's Spark, yeah.
was gonna throw her manager under the bus. When you look at the screenshots and you know her and you see the manipulation, the first fucking thing you know is she'll throw her manager under the bus. Everything went live, and you know what she's done? The first thing they both did, they messaged Nano, going, Nano, please. You know what that absolute fucking Giga chat did? Blocked. We knew this was happening. Whatever. We've said our piece. There's no reason to continue to dogpile onto it. But then, the next evening, the quote-unquote apology dropped. But it wasn't even an apology. It was, I'm sorry you feel this way. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry
it was an apology, I think.
I'm sorry I was manipulated into hurting you. Fuck of an apology, bro. And one thing that struck me specifically is when she dedicated a section to me and someone else. I am going to be super petty. Not even a section for myself.
Yeah, I think there's like a few things that make a good apology, like a few criterias. One of them is definitely accountability, which she kind of missed the mark on.
For someone that is so upset for me not naming her TV name, for someone to just put me in a document as Lily when previously referring to me as the other gamer.
I am sleepy.
I don't even get a section for myself with my name properly fucking written. Come on. Document as Lily when previously referring to me as the other gamer subs owner. I don't even get a section for myself with my name properly fucking written. Come on, bro. Don't be such a hypocrite. You don't get to be upset at that shit and then put me there, throw me in there and be like, I'm so sorry, I had no knowledge of this. And that's when I got mad, because no knowledge my ass. A lot of what we know is hearsay. Cause
oh no, I got them? Okay.
Spend time together. Vacation, travel, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the stuff that we posted about is only stuff we have hard-coded receipts for. But there is also more receipts. Verifiable receipts that weren't added to the doc because either there are smaller things that just only really become a problem when added up, or they were a little too private to be shared. For her to claim she has no knowledge when I know for a fact she does, but I have no proof other than hearsay, it reminded me of that one fact, the one receipt we do have though, where she herself personally throws me under the bus, and I made sure to quote her own words, because again, that screenshot isn't public. She'll know what we're talking about. And the fact that she only took accountability for stuff that's been, and not the stuff that was kept hidden, says enough for me. To have her use me as part of an excuse as to why she had to let her friend down, that very same friend that spent months of prep, hard work and effort and received a million empty promises, just because a couple days before that she wanted to reschedule a V-Card collab to, make a nice big boom as a collab and sell a bunch of boxes to make some bag. Imagine. For a fucking collab. Could have had the collab any other day too. Could have been a day or two earlier. Could have been a day or two later. She rescheduled that collab to be on that date. She put it there on that date.
Yeah, that part's important.
Big Boo had to let her friend down. That very same friend that's published and not the stuff that was kept hidden. Says enough for me. To have her use me as part of an excuse as to why she had to let her friend down, that very same friend that spent months of prep, hard work and effort and received a million empty promises, just because a couple days before that she wanted to reschedule a V-Card collab to, make a nice big boom as a collab and sell a bunch of boxes to make some bag. Imagine. For a fucking collab. Could have had the collab any other day too. Could have been a day or two earlier. Could have been a day or two later. She rescheduled that collab to be on that date. She put it there on that date. People saying, why didn't we handle this private? We did once. And she's only deflecting and pretending to be apologetic when put on the spot. No proper apology from her before the crash out. None. She's only sorry when she gets caught, because she knows fucking with that friend that she fucked with will mean the end of her career. Because if you're not good standing with that person, you're not good standing with like probably 80% of the indies that matter to her. She wasn't sorry because she fucked over her friend's opportunity on a day that she said she'll be there. She was sorry she was caught in true narcissistic, selfish, egoistic fashion. Like, you ever do a collab again? What, with her? Fuck no, of course not. With others, of course. With my friends, of course. Obviously. Oh, let me just platform that very same person that tried to deplatform me and all of my friends that helped her get there to begin with. Let me just continue to platform that one person that tried to backstab us when begging to be in our positions. Throwing me and gamer subs under the bus to save her ass? Fuck no. Oh, the pressure I feel. What pressure? The pressure you begged for? The pressure you told them you wanted to have? The responsibility you asked for? Where you wanted to be alongside me? Fuck no. You want a good apology for when you fuck up? You ever need an apology for when you actually fuck up? For when you are the bad bitch? Just say, I'm fucking sorry I acted this way. My greed has caused a lot of damage. Greed that got to me from growing too fast and being too filthy rich by riding on my friends' backs. Instead of seeing how grateful I was supposed to be for it, I saw them as nothing but an asset. I've been truly blinded by how absolutely malicious, vile, and toxic I've treated them behind the scenes.
The Numi concert is crazy. Crazy shit.
While separating business and sabotaging them. I can never repair the damage I've caused. And I see now clearly what it truly means to lose everything that you were supposed to be grateful for. I'll take some time away and hope to better myself. I'll never be able to repair what I've broken. But I can try and come forward and be a better person in hopes to have learned from this absolutely awful thing that I've done. To my most closest and most supportest, loving friends that are the sole reason I have this platform to begin with. Boom. Just owe up to it. Take some accountability. Just be like, yeah, I've been a dick. Yeah, I've been a fucking ass. Yeah, I've been blinded. So blinded by my success and money. And greed for even more. The greed was unbearable. Yes, I'm terrible. Of course I wouldn't fucking believe her. What the fuck? Manipulator. But it's the only way to set things right. And to maybe not be a fucking laughingstock for like the next half a year. Subscribe for business!
Okay. That got off abruptly. Alright, womp womp. I love Lily. She's cute even when she's angry. How does she do it?
Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.